Between 1801 and 1861, vast new territories were claimed for our new nation. Let's investigate this territorial expansion and how it changed the political map of the United States.
After the Revolutionary War, the Mississippi River formed the western boundary of the new nation. The lines between the Appalachian Mountains and the Mississippi became the new frontier. Thousands of settlers, called pioneers, made the dangerous journey over the mountains in hopes of finding good farmland and prosperous future for their families. By the 1800s, however, the settlers began to look west across the Mississippi to the vast lands beyond.
During Thomas Jefferson's presidency, the United States purchased a huge area of land from France for $15 million. This territory was called Louisiana, and over 800,000 square miles of land stretching from the Mississippi River west to the Rocky Mountains and from Canada south to the busy seaport of New Orleans. The Louisiana Purchase doubled the size of the United States overnight. In order to learn more about this new land, President Jefferson hired Meriwether Lewis and William Clark to lead an expedition of discovery. The Lewis and Clark expedition explored the Louisiana Purchase from the muddy waters of the Mississippi River to the crashing waves of the Pacific Ocean. Over 2 years later, Lewis and Clark returned with carefully drawn maps and detailed report of the land and its plants, animals, and people.
During the presidency of James Monroe, another major territorial expansion took place. Just south of the state of Georgia was the Spanish territory of Florida. President Monroe became concerned because Indians living in Florida had crossed the border into Georgia and attacked a U.S. citizen. Spain was not keeping the peace along the border as they had promised. Monroe offered Spain a choice. Either they could send soldiers to keep out in the territory, or they could give the territory to the United States. Because of growing problems with the colonies in South America, the King of Spain agreed to give Florida to the United States. In 1819, the Florida Treaty was signed.
As the exploration of the Louisiana Purchase continued, more and more Americans began to settle in the southwestern territory owned by Mexico. Before long, the American settlers, who far outnumbered those from Mexico, fought for and won independence from Mexico. The Republic of Texas remained independent until 1845, when it became Texas, the 28th state to join the United States of America.
The next U.S. territory expansion involved the Oregon Territory. This land included present-day Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and portions of Montana and Wyoming. For years, the United States and Great Britain had shared ownership of their territory, but this soon would change. As more and more American settlers arrived in covered wagons, the United States informed Great Britain that joint ownership would no longer be considered. Diplomatic discussions began in 1846. A treaty was signed that gave ownership of the territory to the United States.
Soon after the U.S. offered the Texas statehood, relations with Mexico worsened. 4 months later, skirmishes or fighting along the Rio Grande River led to the war with Mexico. During the nearly 2 years of war that followed, American settlers in the territory of California revolted against Mexican rule. Within months, a treaty was signed, and American troops took possession of California and was the vast Southwest Territory.
With the advancements in transportation, the Oregon Trail and the Santa Fe Trail were the two main trails that pioneers traveled in order to go northwest or southwest.
Thanks for watching.